Hello. I don't know if I have the show set up correctly. So, yep, perfect. Oh, okay. So I was thinking about I can switch. So, oh, that make I can switch from the two shows, and it won't change anything. And I was like, because remember when the OBS crashed? I had that problem where I'm uh, uh, like I used to have a problem with it because I forgot I used to label them differently. All the two shows now they're just like all the same. Anyway, uh, that made zero sense to all of you. I barely have an idea what the hell I was talking about. So anyway, how are we all doing? Happy Monday. All right, so we got. We're replying to some texts. Um, let's see how. Couple weeks. Summer month. Mostly cost would hold back. So yeah, like, hey, welcome to the show. Why would you watch me text? And hey, when I text, does my mouth move? Like, can you tell? Not like what I'm writing, but can you tell like I'm dyslexic? Because you're like, this guy doesn't know how to like read without moving his mouth. Oh my god, I do it! Holy crap! Hold on. I'm thinking, I'm inquiring about. Uh, I'm inquiring about a purchase. I'm looking to buy something new. Um, but uh, you'll see in about 15 minutes what I'm talking about. So let's get a couple things together. Let's get the show. Like I'm all over the place right now. Hold on. All right. All right. So hang out for 2 seconds because I gotta go get my boxes. Wrong one. There we go. All right. All right, I'm back. All right. I forgot, like, I got props today. I got stuff to show you. All right. Okay, good. You know what's interesting is I don't know. Normally I'm there, like the TW ish. I don't know. Anyway, so happy Monday. Okay, reminder: next Monday for 1 week, 10 o'clock, Nooners. So that will be a thing. 10 with a very strict, like, it might go like 15 minutes. Like, I probably won't even go the full hour because I got like a hard out of the house by 11, like 5. I think it takes me 20 minutes to get there. And then, all right, so I get like a 11:10 hard out. So I guess I could do. I don't have to dress up super, super much. I don't know. But yeah, next week, 10 o'clock. So, all right. How's everybody doing? Hey, everybody listen to the episode this morning? Um, it was a fun one. It was a very fun one. One of my favorites. Hmm. All right. Question. Ooh. Sophia. If it's a Whimsy Flower episode, Sophia would be a co-host, right? Like, she's not a guest. But if she was on a regular episode, just walking in saying, "Hey, guest," like how Megan was. So, is there a chance that Sophie, like, oh man, Sophie wins an award for like best supporting show? Like, she's gonna take over Mind Pockets, maybe. Um, if you guys look at the description for the episode drop, what was super funny is it's uh, this week's episode of Jason the Whimsy host and Sophia. I don't even get a name because I took the description the website gave me. So it analyzed the episode and it was like, here you go. It's all about Sophia, which it is true. This week's episode was all about her. It was a good time, man. We had fun. I'm going to get into that very shortly. All right, we got a minute. Hang out. Don't go anywhere. See you in a minute. Close. I'm thinking. Oh, all right. I know what I'm working on tonight. No mind pockets tonight. I'll tell you shortly. Whimsy Live. Uh, that's not the right one. Yeah, it is. It is Nooners. Man, for whatever reason, I was like, man, I got confused from earlier. Um, Today is Nooners, not Mind Pockets, so I was correct. Hey, welcome. Um, I got confused. Okay, so the very first second, right, I felt out like they were words, but it was unintelligible. Uh, Talking about sliding from this screen to this screen. Wait, hold on, like just being able to flip back and forth between the two. Oh shoot, hold on. Um, so what was funny is the I so what was funny is this screen here. I was supposed to change it, but I changed it on the thumbnail in the social media post, but I forgot to change it on the screen. This is okay. I should change the pre-show um a little bit, like I because there's opportunity to advertise some more stuff. Like we got Madshell's. I'd like to like give a quick shout out to, but it is so much of a pain. Like it's not even that big of a pain. That's what. Oh my god, hold on. I'm like, is like just because there's so many slides, and like I fixed two of the three, and I completely freak out, and I'm losing my mind right now. So hey, how you guys doing? It's Monday, so clearly I'm a little uh all over the place. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Gotta do cancel. Um, Nooners next Monday. Nooners 10 o'clock. I have a meeting. I gotta go to work, and it's a little bit down the ways. So, um, 10 o'clock. We'll hang out. So interesting week. The week got better for the most part. I had a really crummy Friday night. Like I was like super saucy, and I was so upset with everything. Um, I was just grumpy. Some, some stuff at work, I just didn't like it, and I was getting all ragey. But I calmed down eventually. So uh, let's find out what I've been doing this week, guys. Now the button doesn't want to work. There it goes. I'm leaning a lot. That's all right. Anyway, all right, get them to know me. We're gonna find out what I've been doing this week. So again, if you guys listen to the podcast episode, it sounded like there's going to be a video version of it. There is and there isn't. Okay, so Mad Shell, is it Mad? Oh, maybe it's not Mad Shell. Maybe it's Mad's Hell. She like I don't know. Madshell. So Mad Shell, because it's like Michelle. But anyway, um, it's like the surprise I've been talking about for the last like probably 4 weeks because I got it 4 weeks ago is this guy. Oh, oh. Why is my hand in that? That's weird. Doesn't make sense. Because like I'm in the picture, but then it cuts off like you noticed it. Sorry. All right. So hey, that's a fucking gnome, dude. That is a puppet gnome. The reason why I asked if you listened to the Monday episode, the one that just dropped a couple hours ago, Sophie and I hung out and we played. So this is the video right before she sent it to me. I thought you guys might enjoy it.
What are we doing? Well, we're going to show us some features about you. So this is like going to explain what you are and some of your features. My t-shirts? No, your features. My features? He's got bendy arms. He got bendy fingers. bendy fingers, bendy fingers, bendy fingers. So we bend your fingers, so you can bend your wrist. We made wrists that are not weak wrists. I've got strong wrists. Yeah, we can bend his wrist so he can maybe hold a microphone or try to hold something, or at least you can attach something to his hand. That's nice. His arm rods are removable. There is a little yellow tube inside here that the arm rod fits inside. And it stays in, and then you can take it off if you want to take his shirt off. Whoa, 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 whoa. What kind of crazy people are you selling me to? I don't want to take my shirt off in front of people. We're not going to take your shirt off in front of you. We're just saying that you can if they want to give you a different shirt. Oh.
So like, how cool is that? So she put them together, and that's the video that she sent me. Um, that was part of the reason why I was asking about voices and like, could I ever be a voice actor? And probably not. Um, I do. I guess like I should start recording like random Monday nights because I'll probably sit here with my puppet all by myself practicing voices. But I enjoyed like the way that she interacted with it. Like it's like, oh, she's such a good person. We're gonna have her on the show soon. Um, talk to her about it. So she enjoyed making it. So huge shout out to Michelle. This is the lady. So here's what's funny. This was the lady I met 2 years ago at FanFusion, and then I lost all of her info. So when I went back to FanFusion this year, when we locked eyes, we knew who we were. She's like, I lost your card. I'm like, I lost your card. And she's like, you're the gnome. I'm like, I'm the gnomes. Um, so like huge shout out to Michelle for making that for me. But then, God dang it. You know why I have a problem with this? It's because I'm not right-handed. I'm left-handed. Right here. Check out, that's a Sophie. So what's funny is they have the option for the hat to cover the eyes or not cover the eyes, right? Because our gnomes, the eyes are covered. So Sophie and I played with them this week. That was the episode that we recorded. She had an absolute blast. She's like an amazing storyteller. Um, she had so much fun hanging out with me. We recorded. We had a good time. So when I said that uh, there wasn't a um, video version, there is. The camera work was like super fucking janky, right? So part of the idea was like you don't show Sophia's face, so I couldn't get the camera angles good enough for us to both be in frame, which was kind of hard. Um, so I scrapped the whole video idea. I took the 15-minute storytelling at the end, and I have that link. It is on YouTube, but it's unlisted. So what will happen is if you go to the Patreon, and why am I screaming? If you go on the Patreon and message me, I'll send you the link so you guys can watch it. To be fair, I did send it to most of the people on Patreon. So that's a thing. Now, um, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with them, but they are amazing. It was so much fun. Hello, hello. So here's the so here's some of the problems that we ran into yesterday. Ready? Uh, Sophia had originally a green dress. I have a green shirt. Look. Oh, okay. So Megan asked me because the green screen is a little bit different color than the screen. But look, he has that cool like ghostly look now. Oh, I might keep that for a minute. Being like, hey, I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. Ghost. So that me tonight. I got, it's gonna be me at midnight. I'm gonna be sitting here and be like, Sophie, I'm a ghost. You're like, you're like, I think like, that's losing it. Oh, but yeah, check out these cool fucking puppets. So I gotta figure out the camera because it's mirrored, so I don't know which way left or right is. But yeah, you got fucking Sophie Gnome, right? So um, the idea is that we can cover her eyes a little bit, or we can go and then so we got a different color dress for her. Sophia loves the dress. Hi, Violet. Um, so come with hand rods. I'm Sophie. Hi. So how fucking cool are these things, right? These things are super cool. Like I could probably get away with like a kid or a girl voice more than I can with fucking an old man gnome. So yeah, so we're gonna learn how to play with puppets. We're gonna figure out how to use hands. Um, so what's interesting is they come with two arm rods. So I think part of the problem is that I have uh, is can I okay, so I'm left-handed, so this makes sense left-handed, but now I have to try to figure out how to work hands right-handed. So I think I have to go left-handed arms. Because if you watch the video, I did get to play with uh, Papa Bear's chair was this big. Hold on, look how big, that big, and then the baby bears was super tiny. And then we're like, nom, 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 nom. And then I like, then we were crying. So we were like, "Ooh." So, so yeah. Um, these things are pretty freaking cool, man. I want to put them. I have to find whatever a puppet stand is, because I want to keep them like displayed over here like this. So, yeah. So huge shout out to Michelle for helping us out with that. Um, but those were the ideas, right? That I was working with. So the title of the episode is "The Future of Storytelling." So Sophie and I, I'll ask her what story she wants to do. So next week or the next time we record with like a Sophia Flower episode, we're going to do Little Red Riding Hood. So it, between now and then, I have to figure out how to do the camera. Like it would almost be better if I put the computer on the floor, right? So we can see it, and then the camera, and then me and her just stick our hands up above the table. Um, because like we did it behind the couch yesterday when we showed mom and auntie. So we will. I'm gonna play with it a little bit. The green screen is what I wanted to use originally, but the problem is I don't have a green shirt, so like I'm screwed. But I might just be able to do like just steel backgrounds. Like I could just put just a steel on it. Um, but the idea is like I need a picture of a cottage, um, a bed, grandma sleeping. So we're gonna play it. She uh, Sophie is an amazing storyteller. So like she had such a good time. Like yesterday was like a really good day for her. Uh, went to grandma. She played shopping and played in the jacuzzi. We went to the park and we rode the scooter, and then we played with fucking puppets. Uh, but she had a blast. So if you're going to listen to one episode this week or this month or of the catalog, check out Sophia's episode yesterday. She fucking stole the show, man. How cool were those? I'm gonna put her the details in the all of her details in the description after the show. Um, Hit her up on Instagram, follow her, and let her know that she did a great job because I'm gonna look for some more stuff. Um, I am in the process of texting somebody else because there's one more puppet that I want to do, and we're gonna see what that does. Um, there might be a question of like, where's Liam's puppet? We'll eventually get there. He's still high school wrestling, uh, so we'll eventually find one for him, and then we'll figure out how to incorporate all three of us. So, uh, thank you, Michelle, for the sweet ass puppets. What else? I don't even remember what there's on this. Okay. Oh, there's only 2 slides this week. Nostalgia tour. Okay, so let's clarify a couple of things with nostalgia tour. Nostalgia tour is my tour through interviews of people throughout my past. Um, People from work that I've known for 20 plus years, um, some friends that I knew 20 years ago, current people maybe, um, of like who I am today. But we're just going to talk to a bunch of people, and uh, we're just going to talk about Ben. We're going to record like 10 or 11 hours of just Ben talk. So so that's the nostalgia tour. This is a bunch of interviews of me rediscovering old versions of Ben. Now, what will happen is I'm going to record them all, and then there's going to be and I'll edit them all down, and I'll re-release them as like a series. So like Wednesdays is typically the special episodes that we might have. So what we'll do is I'll do like 2 months worth of Wednesdays of the nostalgia tour. So the reason why I say it's starting soon is I have to record either tonight or next Monday my beginning episode, my episode 1. Um, why I'm doing it, and kind of just go like deep dive on what I'm hoping to accomplish, my fears and worries about this idea. Um, so I'm going to record that. Super, super weird to kind of. Uh, I think my headspace is good, and that's why I think it's weird to record it when I should have done it fucking 23 weeks ago. Um, but I have an interview with a friend, Elizabeth, next week to intro her to the Whimsyverse, and then after that, we'll record the nostalgia tour episode for her. So, so as I find more people to interview for this nostalgia tour, they will get their own chasing the whimsy episode, similar to what we did with Lasagna and Hammer. Is let's introduce you to who these people are, so that way, whenever the nostalgia tour comes out, you'll already have a general idea of who they were. No surprises. Um, so we will see how that goes. So it's scheduled, so it's going to start happening. I just have to start locking down some other people, a lot of people in different states. But I did get the online appointment scheduler set up, so that will be easier for me to help schedule stuff. Um, but nostalgia tour coming, it's gonna be super weird. Um, like here's one of the aspects that's like the cause for the drag of the feet is what was I don't think I was watching something. Um, it's the idea of opening the box of the past, right? Like it's all fun and games in my head, but then there's like certain realities that I'm just now realizing I don't know if I'm ready for. like some things should just remain past. But since I said it and I'm a crazy person, I'm gonna run ahead. I'm gonna run head first into the past. Um, I think it's gonna be interesting. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. So that's one of the reasons for the dragging of the feet is the realization of like I was on suggested articles yesterday, so their episode just came out. So check them out after this show. But I mentioned on suggested articles that I was doing the nostalgia tour, and one of the things I mentioned was not even necessarily if it's uh, like the idea that stories are going to come out that mom has never heard of, right? So like if you're a kid or a 20 something and you do something, you're like, I'll never tell my mom that. And now my mom fucking listens to everything. So like there's this idea of like we're gonna get into this random story of this random situation. And like what if I was arrested once? Like what if I spent a weekend in jail? My mom never knew that. And now there's an episode with fucking Steve. And me and Steve were like, yeah, we were in jail for 2 days. And my mom's gonna be like, what the fuck? One, I was never in jail, but those type of like stories and conversations. There are probably two that I can think of offhand that aren't bad, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Let's pose this question: are there things moms shouldn't know? Mom loves you for everything that you are. I'm a huge mess. She still loves me, but like, is there a story like of like a juvenile youth where she's just like, oh my god, I have to disown him? The idea that the episode will drop on a Wednesday, so my mom has all week to sit there and stew on it, and then I go to breakfast on Monday, and I come back here at Nooners and be like, I should not have recorded that episode. My mom locked the door. No, so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. And then grandma, like mom, all right, she might accept some of the weird and craziness, but grandma, like most people let me swear in front of grandma. I do because I'm a monster. But then it's like all the other monstery things that I do. Then my grandma locks her door. So I doubt it. I doubt the nostalgia tour is gonna lock my mom and my grandma's doors. But still, like they wouldn't and like and they what's worse? That they listen to an episode and they never talk about it? No, because like if I spent 2 days in jail, right? For like whatever reason, right? Mom's like, I want to know why, but I'm not gonna ask. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking volunteer any more than I already gave. And then grandma's like, I lied, grandma would ask. Fucking shout out to grandmas, man. Grandma would be like, so arrested for 2 days. I'm like, I know in Arkansas. And then you're because like there might be a handful of stories similar to that where it's like, okay, I can accept that you were in jail for 2 days, but then I'm like in Arkansas, and then they're like, when the fuck did you go to Arkansas? And I'm like, I don't know. And then yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. Let's look forward to that. Um, it's gonna be one of those things where I'm like, I record it and I'm like, I just bury it and just like, nope, my mom is right. Fuck it. Don't talk about certain things. Um, I think part of the reason I want to do it, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever it is, there's like a large part of me. One, I want to take the journey because this is fucking wild. And then the second part, even if it falls apart and I just don't ever release it and I just like I bail on the whole thing, the idea that Liam one day when he's like 30, I'm like, here you guys, here you go. And he's gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't know. Um, like it would be weird. It's kind of like one of those don't release until dead. So that would be kind of cool. People will be like, "Wow, I want to know now." As of right now, still fairly confident and positive about it. But then I'm like, oh man, we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. But when you see me introducing new people, old friends from the past, know that they'll probably be on the nostalgia tour. And that's all I had for the week, man.
Tired of the same old predictable podcasts? Dive headfirst into the wonderfully weird world of Mind Pockets. Ever wonder what goes on inside the mind of a slightly off-kilter individual? Join host Ben as he unlocks the chaotic collection of thoughts, ideas, and random musings he's captured throughout the week. Each week, Ben unleashes the Mind Pockets, a playback of the week's most bizarre and brilliant internal monologues. He'll react, analyze, and unravel the madness, giving you a front row seat to the unpredictable landscape of his brain. Get ready to explore the uncharted territories of Ben's mind. Mind Pockets every Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Chasing the Whimsy YouTube channel.
How do we feel about the pre-show? If there were the slides kept going, but instead of the music, I threw in commercials because we got multiple shows, right? We got the Whimsy, we got Nooners, Mind Pockets, regular proper, and with a Z, and then technically whoever we have within the network, right? So we got Cine Amigos and uh, Mr. C. So if I kept them all to 30 minutes or 30 seconds, 10 minutes, I would need 20 of them. So what if I did like commercial, back to the music, commercial, back to the music, and didn't like that wouldn't be horrible, right? Like it's like the fucking movies. They play the trailers in between. All right, maybe because I could have put that 1 minute video of Madshell playing with my puppet. I could put that in the pre-show. Oh man! All right, let's just take 2 seconds, real quick, and let's just break down what I just said. I said, should I go in and add commercials and customize the pre-show a little bit? And you're like, that sounds like a good idea. But did I not just say 20 minutes ago when the show started that I have the fucking title screen jacked up because it's too much of a pain to change 3 title screens? Oh, Ben, you're a silly, silly man. Oh, I guess. Uh, maybe I can get a producer to do that for me. Hey, anybody want to help out as a producer? I got some fucking merch. I'll trade services for merch. Can we do that? It's to watch. All right, so I'm running out of TV, dude. This is the end of my love affair of James Spader for right now. I watched the first 8 seasons of The Blacklist. I watched all 5 seasons of Boston Legal, and I fucking love James Spader. James Spader comes into season 8 of The Practice. I watched just season 8 of The Practice. It was good. James Spader definitely brought that show back, and it was a perfect ending to a show that I never watched. And I didn't watch the first 7 seasons of, but I enjoyed everything about his character. So 100% watch Boston Legal. Fucking genius. It's so good, and it's not like it won awards, but it's really not that good. But it's still semi-relevant, and the dialogue is. Check it out. For Boston Legal is my favorite thing I've watched this month. Then what else would I watch? How long is this slide? Maybe. I did watch AKA Charlie. Came out Wednesday, two-parter. It had potential to be an Emmy contender for best documentary. the trailer plays like they were gonna go deep into like the skeletons in the closet and like into like all like the big dramas. It seemed very tame. Some of the stories of him as a kid and his dad and his relationship with his brother was cool. Um, it fell flat though. You finish it and you're like, I knew most of that. And then some of the questions that they did pose throughout the 3 hours, they never deep dove on them. Like there's like two or three different areas that you wish that they would have dove deeper on. I don't like it's almost like I'm glad I watched it. I just don't know if it's like a hard recommendation. So that's Ben's hot take, man. Um, if you're familiar with Charlie Sheen, Two and a Half Men, um, by all means, you'll enjoy it. But like Liam will never watch it, and I will never recommend it to Liam. So um, if you have any interest in Charlie Sheen or like the downfall of like the highest paid, he was getting paid $2 million an episode the last like season or two that he was on, and those things ran like 26, like 22-week seasons. He's making $44 million a year. Where's all that money now? Nobody knows. So I don't know. We're gonna burn through a couple of some Emmys. I think it's Emmys. Why am I not working? Hey guys. Oh shit! Hold on. I did watch Rainmaker. 4 episodes. I want to like it. I really want to like it. Um, it has everything that I want except for the dialogue seems half-assed. So like, okay, so you watch any other courtroom drama, right? Uh, or political shows. So you got like The West Wing, and you get these like 3 or 4 minute monologues, right? Boston Legal. James Spader has like these 6 minute monologues, and they hit on all levels, and they're amazing. Rainmaker like has some really cool points, and there's a random twist. Like, and I get it, where like how they're building the season, but like in the courtroom, it's a bunch of like two liners, and it's over in like 3 minutes. Like there's like it's the worst. It's the worst dialogue in the courtroom. The rest of the show is good. Like I'll buy the rest of the show. The conspiracy, um, the the corruption. Like I'll take all of it. But it's a courtroom drama ish, and there's not enough of it. But I'm watching it. I enjoyed it. I just don't like there's this huge piece that they're missing. Mom, you all you still watching Rainmaker? I'll wait. Which is interesting. The casting of this kid in the middle, I don't even know what the fuck his name is. If you close your eyes, he sounds like Matt Damon from the 97 version of the movie. Um, like I agree. Like I'm hanging in because like there's we got a storyline with the neighbor girl, and then we got the trial, and like I like the cat and mouse game of that of like we're not going to settle, and then we're like we have this, and then they're like it's about like but the dialogue is junky. Um, yeah, Doc season 2 started last night. I did not watch it last night. One because I forgot it was like on a Sunday because it was a Wednesday last year, and the Emmys were last night. Um, check out Rainmaker. It's not horrible. Speaking of the Emmys, this should have went last, but I talked about the studio. This thing cleaned house last night. Uh, they're bringing Felicity Huffman in, the doc on Fox on Sundays now. Felicity Huffman, we haven't seen her much since the college scandal, so that's interesting. Uh, Seth Rogen, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. Seth Rogen is having a hell of a year. This guy is like dominating Hollywood right now. Best writing, best directing, best lead actor, um, a bunch of the cinematography. Episode 2 told you about the Warners. That one for cinematography. It ended up winning 13 awards last night, which is the most of any other comedy ever, especially year one, and tied for the most total at 23 or some shit. The show wasn't bad. Bryan Cranston won his for best supporting actor. Um, it's a love letter to Hollywood. Very fast pace. It was funny. 100% super fun show. Um, Throughout the last couple of months, we also talked about SNL. I thought SNL 50 was one of my favorite things to come out of 2025. I absolutely adored most of what they did. Which one didn't I like? I like the music, the 3 episodes. There's one aspect of 50 that I didn't like, but overall, this thing was amazing. Like, this was so much fun. They took 7 Emmys home last night, um, which was which I was happy with. Because I told you early on that thing was going to do well. Uh, Pee Wee Herman as myself. I like part one. My mom liked part two. Won 3 awards. Directing, writing, and something else. Um, Unfortunately, Will and Harper did not win anything. I thought Will and Harper was a better documentary than this one. Granting they were uh, two different stories, but um, okay. A couple of other quick standouts for the Emmys last night. Um, Jean Smart, 4 in a row, best lead actress in a comedy for Hacks. I promise you, if you have not watched Hacks, please go back and watch Hacks. They're like not like 10 episode seasons. The show is fucking brilliant. Um, Einberger won supporting actress for Hacks. So they did a very good job last night. Um, John Oliver dominated again. Stephen Colbert got a standing ovation. Um, what one was that? Adolescence, limited series, actor, supporting actor, and cinematography. They took home a bunch of awards. That one was fantastic. And then probably the highlight of my night, one of the funniest things I've ever seen. After this, go check it out on YouTube. Ray Romano and Brad Garrett um, presentation at the Emmys was fucking hilarious. It was one of the best like duos I've seen in a long time. Like they were firing on all cylinders, man. It was so funny. Um, but yeah, that was the Emmys, dude. I completely forgot they were on last night. But um, studio, they took it all home. Studio, I think was a fantastic show, and I agree with everything that they won.
Get ready to meet your new favorite storyteller. Introducing the brand new podcast, Storytime with Mr. C. For most of his life, Mr. C has found pure joy in sharing tales with friends, family, students, even strangers. Now, he's bringing that lifelong passion directly to your ears. On Storytime with Mr. C, you'll join him as he digs up forgotten classics, hopefully creates some wonderful new ones, convinces a few special guests to share their incredible experiences, and takes us all back to the very beginning of what makes a great story. Find Storytime with Mr. C today on Spotify. Prepare to be amazed, entertained. It's more than just a podcast. It's an invitation to simply hang out, connect, and remember the simple pleasure of a well-told story.
100%. I need someone to volunteer like 3 hours to help me produce fix some of these things. I need to fix the Cine Amigos because it's Cine like Cine and not Cine like cinema. So I need to fix that. I need to get those, find the shorter version of that. I need to fix the Mind Pockets one. Like, man. And it's not that hard. Okay, here's the shittiest thing about the whole thing about putting this thing together. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. It's just a fucking copy paste. I take this show today, and next week when I write it, I just copy and paste it and I change the name. So, like, it's not even a big fix. It's one fix forever. And I just can't for the life of me keep track of them and or execute any of it. But I will execute everything else that I'm doing. Like, it is the weirdest thing, man. Oh, anyway. This is probably not going to be this one will not win an award this year or in 2 years. Sometimes I have problems thinking of something to come up with on a Monday. And as a joke and an observation, uh, this week you guys are getting fucking the history of U-Haul. So, right, I thought I was adorable. Okay, the original idea behind the talking about U-Haul this week was on the graphics that they used to have on the side of the trailers. So I put all the descriptions on the sides of the trailers. How cute is that? Come on. Back in 1945, who's that? The Shoents? Shh. See, here's what I don't do a lot of these. I can't read. I don't know what the fuck name that is. Shoe? Shoons? The Shoons. Shoe with an N. Shoons. Okay. So the Shoons is probably wrong. Um, what was interesting about them was they had this idea uh, for moving. So what they ended up doing is they bought up a couple of trailers and they would leave them at service stations, I guess gas stations now. But they'd leave them out there with like a little placard on there to be like, hey, you need to rent a trailer, boom, come to us. So they started off very small, a handful of trailers. Um, again, like parked on the side of the gas station with the signage on it. So very, very simple stuff. I don't expect you to read all these because I'm assuming that it's super small on your guys' phone and tablet. Um, so that was in 45. 7 years later, um, there's some money issues, right? Trying to fucking finance all this stuff. So then they got to this point where they're like, all right, how about we do this? Kind of like a franchise. It feels like kind of like a franchise where we're like, hey, um, Ben, you buy a bunch of trucks and trailers, throw my name on that bitch, and we'll help advertise for you, and then we'll help share the money, right? So again, I compared it a lot to the idea of like Best Western, because Best Western is the same thing. It's a bunch of independent owned services. So hotel, aka now U-Haul, and what they do is just like um, so Ben Portland is like, hey, I got 30 trucks. And then Ben LA is like, I got 30 trucks. So now I'm going to refer my LA people to Portland and vice versa. So they do a bunch of that. Um, and then what in 59? So over the course of 7 years, they end up with like 42,000 different trailers. So a bunch of these different people. And what's interesting is like what does it say here? Groups of individuals can purchase a fleet of 30 or more. So I don't know what life looked like back in 52. I can't think that Portland Ben is just thriving to the point where I'm like, let me just go ahead and buy 100, 200, or 1,000. So it's the idea like, or even if it was 100 on average, I mean, he's got 429 different, like, really, retailers, yeah. Um, so they started doing that and then kind of sharing and all that stuff, which is super interesting. Um, have an idea. But okay, so they did that. Here's my favorite thing about. Okay, so they've just been following the same business model from 59 to 95. What is super interesting in 95, what kind of help them, right, is these fuckers got on early. 1995, they got the website, uhaul.com. And then in 2008, they got movinghelp.com, right? My favorite thing about this, right, is these shoo-ins are sure wins. Yes! I just came up with that just now. Um, the internet came out in like 1993. The internet in 93 was primitive. I have zero idea. I probably could not work in internet from 1993. The foresight that this guy had, this family, the whole time, they had the foresight to stay slightly ahead. And I have no idea, like, okay, here's two parts. Huge hats off, tip of the hat, um, for like the idea of like, let's get this shit online. Okay. But here's the weirdest part about this whole idea of him getting on the internet in 1995 is who the hell was still who was like my mom was gonna move somewhere, she would never have gotten on the internet. We still had fucking yellow pages. Like it is it blows my mind. I would love to know what the traffic was in 1995 when U-Haul first started their website. It could not, it had to have been like the most primitive thing you've ever seen. Like Facebook in like '08 was super primitive. And this was going to be 10 years earlier than that. A couple of like weird graphics. Some like, I don't know how you would have done anything on the internet. It would have given you a phone number, I think. But again, the yellow pages were still available and were probably widely used more than the internet was in 95. Blows my mind. Fucking hats off to those guys for getting on the internet early. I think that is super cool. Unlike me, where I'm like, hey man, let's start a podcast career at 40. Ugh, you're an idiot. Um, super cool. I enjoy it. Um, and I think there's one more. Well, okay, so this one has a smaller words because I wanted to make sure U-Haul was on it. I needed to make sure that it was anyway. Um, and then in 2017, they went 24/7. Like they have like 24-hour support. Um, like the idea of like how we move, all because of these guys. Um, one of the so here's a couple of fun facts that I read researching this thing a little bit for like advertising and stuff. Like if you like now, because that's kind of like where this whole idea came from. The rabbit hole I fell down was why don't we see the graphics anymore? Is because on the side of their thing they just post all of their rates on it. So like this idea of like how much is it costing? Like I'm moving across town, across states. How much is it going to cost? And like the idea back in the day, you go through the yellow pages, right? And you'd have to call and figure out what the rates are. When I moved to Mesa, it was going to be like I had to call like 3 or 4 different places and figure out what the rates were. Dude, U-Haul was like, fuck it. We got big billboards. We have 42, like in 59. They're like, let's just put like the pricing on the side of them. We got 42,000 billboards just driving around the country now with the prices, $19 a day. Um, the first rental was $2 a day. I don't know how much $2 was in 1950s. Let's find out real quick. How much was $2 in 1952? $22. Prices have come down. They averaged $22 73 years ago. And now they still advertise 1999 or some shit. Um, it's interesting. What eventually what I'll try and do is I'm gonna jump down the rabbit hole of like 70-plus-year-old companies that are still around. And huge kudos to U-Haul for changing the way that we move, and then like sticking with it, because they could have given up way in the in like 52. Like they had to get a loan from a lumber yard. They were like they blew it all. Because what they used to do were they U-Haul originally were trailers, right? So you would hook it off to your back of your car and you would drive, right? But the problem that they were running into was cars were breaking down more often, so the trailers were kind of like getting obsolete. So that's why you came up with uh, the big square vans or big trucks. Throw all that shit in there and get out of here. So they eliminated the trailer. Like I don't know, man. Like you can find a couple different shows on the internet, on like YouTube or Netflix, like uh, like companies that built America. Like, this might be one of them. These guys are pretty ahead of their game, man, and they're still plugging away. In theory, here's my favorite part about it: you have local companies. Um, the one I used, Moving for Less, were the worst fucking people I've ever worked with. Check out my review online. The worst. I absolutely hate everything about those guys, and I don't care. But like the idea that if I asked you to name, oh, who's the other one that starts with an H? Hertz? No, Hertz is a car. Hewitt? No. What's the name of the other moving company that starts with an H? Um, because I'm gonna say U-Haul is the only game in town for like cross country stuff, but they're not. There's one more. They also have trucks. I think they're blue, aren't they? Uh, I don't know. Guess what? I don't fucking know because they suck. U-Haul's the man. All right. So I just gave you a very brief history. I threw some shit up on the screen just so that way it wasn't just me doing this for the rest of the next 10 minutes. We're going to look at pictures. So, what's interesting is on the side of all these trucks back in the day, like this is what I was talking about. They always had Alabama and a picture and a little did you know. Now, as I've um, started playing around with this thing, right? Like you vaguely remember seeing these as you guys drive down the road. I guess I should probably. Oh, you suck at life, Ben. Go back. Um, Now, sometimes you're like, well, that I don't remember that ever being for Arizona. But then, like, look at these. Look at these old timey ones. Like again, because it was always this white and orange. All the trucks were just white and orange. So you have like the huge white space, and they kept it real simple with the blue and the reds. I vaguely remember this one, but then what was cool, I found out it looks like they went even more like city specific, like fucking Tucson, that hole in the ground. They got their own U-Haul picture, but like I wish I spent more time on this to go into the history of this thing. Um, but look how cool some of these fucking things are, man. I don't know if we see many of those anymore. That's where the whole conversation came from. Is how come we don't see these anymore? We got a fucking zebra. Um, like I vaguely remember back in the day looking at old U-Haul trucks and know what state they were based off of the picture. I don't know, like there has to have been a car game somewhere, right? Was like check all the U-Hauls and what state was the fucking zebra, and you're like, I don't know. Um, Boise, like that one, I vaguely remember. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna go through some more of these things, man. Uh, like this one doesn't look cool. I think I like more of the vintage look. Like I get the colors are kind of nice. Uh, I think what it is like I can handle this one. I just don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That is a Tully monster. I don't even know what that means. But like the idea that U-Haul, like how cool would it have been? Do you think? Oh, they do have them signed. Oh, like how cool? Like, what if you were the guy who was like, hey Steve, we need you to draw us some more pictures for the fucking side of the trucks, and like that's all you did for life. Like this would be the coolest job ever. Oh, do they all have signatures? No. Um, I wonder if there's like an aftermarket for U-Haul pictures. Like, because like U-Haul used to have uh, Hot Wheels. I don't think they had pictures on them. Um, right? The Kentucky Derby. Like, I'm almost like I'm not even gonna apologize that this is the show. I told you on Saturday this was gonna be. Uh, like, I mean, if you want to go deep into like why this fascinates me, is the idea that fucking Steve drew all these things because now you just AI generate it. Like, this was some guy's job to come up with 50 states and all the variants. That's fun to me. Who's that? Louis Armstrong and who else? Don't know. Doesn't want to load. There it is. Oh, I guess they're kind of nondescript. I might just be a racist now. Lame. Look, we got a walrus. What's this walrus doing? It's it's a weird thing from your youth that you 100% took advantage of. You saw them, you vaguely remember them, and now you don't see them at all. So this is my way to kind of just bring a little bit back of your youth back to you. Because as a kid, man, like Sophie would fucking love it if we were like, doing a road trip and she saw a fucking walrus sitting next to her, or a see, I don't like that one. Yeah, Sophie would lose her mind if she was like, "Oh my god, there's a dog and a horse and a crabby sailboat." So you took them for granted, and now you get these lame tickets of $19 a day on the side. You guys should do me a favor though. If you guys ever, if you have a sighting of one of these things in the world and out in nature, fucking like take a picture of that shit for me. Send it to Whimsy at chasingthewhimsy.com, chasingthewhimsy at gmail.com. Text me if you know who I am. Um, so I think it would be cool because they're like right down the street next to the old IHOP and the Coles. There used to be there's a U-Haul, and I 100% for the life of me cannot name or recall a single image other than the orange, like the orange tag here with like the $19 a day. So what if the U-Haul was like, hey man, this guy's talking about us. We're gonna fucking advertise with him, dude. I'll 100%. Hey, maybe I can do that. Okay, whatever rabbit hole I fall down, I do an ad read with Megan. So like if Megan and I record next week, I can make like all this like well, on a whim just fucking sell U-Haul. That'd be a fun game. So that's it. That's all for the show. That's my U-Haul.
Pull up a chair for passionate film talk. We're thrilled to announce Cinema Amigos, the
Oh,
exciting
that
new
A hits
podcast that's
hard.
about to become your go-to for all things film. Join host Pablo and his friend as they embark on an in-depth journey through their most beloved movies. Each episode is a lively conversation filled with unique perspectives, insightful analysis, and an undeniable love for cinema. If you're ready to deep dive beyond the surface and hear fresh takes on classic and contemporary films, Cinema Amigos is your perfect listening companion.
I will rewrite that. So Mondays, real quick, let me get through the Patreon shit real quick. Patreon.com/chasing the Whimsy. Andy, Nikki, your family, Megan, your family, Joyce, and Enderfrog EC1, Gooster, Violet, Dad, Courtney, Kit, and Lasagna Hammer. Thank you guys for help supporting the podcast. I would like to say that your contribution helped get those puppets, and in a way they did, because I didn't have to spend, because we have all the merch. So you guys help us create cool merch, in which puts me in a position to look for more merch, and then I can save a couple of bucks to make some puppets. I'm in the process of snagging a third puppet and maybe one more for Sophie as a fur friend, so she could do two at a time. Um, but yeah, hey, thank you guys out, man. Helps out a lot. I appreciate the support. So anybody else wants to support us, like if you like here's the thing. Okay, I have to get better at selling this fucking thing. If you like any of the shit that we're doing, whether it be the puppets or fucking U-Haul picture shows, like show some support, man. It's like $1 a week. That's what it comes out to, and it does go a long way. It'd go a little bit longer if we had like 2 or 3 times as many people, but hey, we'll take what we can get because we're having a fucking blast over here. I was gonna think of something else, but I got nothing else. I was almost gonna go too far. The Patreon people, I also take a little bit of their money when I throw it towards a donation. We're gonna donate $268 this year for the holidays, probably to a children's hospital, if I had to guess. Um, it's for a good cause, but there's also a couple other good reasons for it. Um, so yeah, man. So it's like, oh, I don't want to give you a bunch of money because you're just like, I don't want like goddamn puppets. Do you like helping kids? Let's put it back on you. Do you like helping kids? Boom. Sign up for the Patreon. That's all I'm saying. If you don't sign up for Patreon, you hate kids. I guess that's what it means. Oh, that's a kind of an aggressive ad read. Wonder if Megan would do an aggressive ad read with me. Oh, fuck. What was I talking about just before this? Oh, yeah. So everything I complained about, because for whatever reason, that's what I did today, is this complaint. There's 25 episodes of Mind Pockets on Spotify. I'm going to start advertising those a little bit more. I love the idea of just creating a playlist and just letting Mind Pockets play. Um, Part of the reason why I wanted to move them over there is just an extra outlet. But what if there was a way that I could like 24 hours like play the next one each one, like a radio? Um, that would be so much fun. And they have no pre-show, so it's just one episode into the next. I fucking love it. So there's a couple of like ideas for it, but I'm not going to put out a new 5 this week because I'm going to be fixing commercials and slides. I hope. All right, that's all I got for you guys. 104, nailed it. Uh, Next week, Monday, 10 o'clock. How funny would it be? It'll be like the first week where they're like, "Where's our show?" Oh, it already ended 2 hours ago, and they're gonna be like, "Oh man, this is the week I was gonna come in and watch." U-Haul's like, boss, you gotta check out this guy. He's got some moxie. He's the new face of U-Haul. Take a look at him. He has a show on Mondays at noon. And then boss gets on there and be like, I got nothing on noon. This guy's not reliable. Wouldn't that be my luck? That'd be a fun story. How Whimsy almost became. Now, quick side note. I would watch that series. So you have all these series of like movies that made us, candy that made us, food that made America, um, the the men who built America, right? You have all these built something, right? I would watch the documentary series of the guy who almost made it. I'd be like, that'd be kind of depressing, I think. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I don't have a meeting to. I was like freaking out earlier because I was like, I'm missing something. I have something to do today, and then realized it was the meeting I thought was today. That's actually next week. So uh, that's all I got for you guys. Have a good weekend. I'll see you Saturday for Mind Pockets. 100%. After this, go check out Sophie's episode 134 on this channel. So like, okay, so like right there. Okay, click on Chasing the Whimsy, and then podcasts, or it should even pop up as like most recent, and click that one. It has a Sophia Flower logo on it, so you know which one it is. Huge shout out to Kelly for making that thumbnail for me. And check out Sophie's episode, and then go ahead and check out Suggested Articles, a podcast. Have a good night. Whimsy.